Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and see back once again with some more Pokemon Training Card Game Pocket ranked matches. Today's video, I felt like trying out this Ferrothorn deck that I've put together, see if I can manage to win a game or two online with it. Now, this deck is pretty simple in its composition, it just revolves around Ferrothorn and Togedemaru, and the whole shtick or game plan of this deck is to make it very annoying for your opponent to attack into you. Now, Ferrothorn and Togedemaru have similar abilities in that if you attack into these Pokemon, you actually do damage to yourself. It's a little bit easier to do this with Ferrothorn because it's an ability. With Togedemaru, you actually have to attack first to get that ability going, but we're going to try to get that up and running and see if we can annoy some people, I guess. Now, to kind of compound this, I'm running a Rocky Helmet and Adaman with it to kind of bolster the defense and double down on the attack. The damage done when these Pokemon are attacked into. We're going to see if that actually works or not and see what we can get done. Now, the one downside I can see this deck is that it can be a little bit slow to get going because it does take 2 and 3 energy respectively for these Pokemon to attack. But we're going to hope that we get time to set up our board and get stuff done. But yeah, if you're curious, I will have the entire deck list in the description of the video below if you want to try this deck out for yourself or simply improve upon it. But yeah, that's enough me rambling, and let's see if we can get anything done with our Iron Wall deck here. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we're going first, which is probably not very good for this deck, but let's see what we can get done here. Unfortunately, we start with only Togedemaru and nothing else, and we're going up against the fire deck, so everything that could go wrong in this initial opening hand here has gone wrong, unfortunately. So we're going to put a Rocky Helmet and Togedemaru to make it a little bit less appealing to attack into us. We'll play Professor Oak here. Another Adaman and another Professor Oak. And that's really all I can do for right now. Yeah, going first and having the type disadvantage here might ultimately be my undoing. And they're going to make me get rid of my Rocky Helmet, which is unfortunate. All right, well, we're kind of put into the position where it is already pointless to build up Togedemaru here. We're just going to have to use it as a sacrificial lamb and get Ferroseed built up in the back here. All right. Well, it's kind of hard. Or maybe I'm not the only person who feels the way, but if you have the type disadvantage and you go first, like it's kind of hard to like overcome that depending on what your opponent draws into. But we're gonna see what we can get done, regardless, and hope they don't already have Rare Candy and Charizard. Alrighty then. Let's get Ferroseed out here. And let's go ahead and get energy into it so we can attack next turn. We got Ferrothorn up. We'll play Adaman so the damage isn't as bad. But ultimately we cannot attack. Now please don't have Rare Candy and Charizard just yet. And they're going to make me bring in Togedemaru. Alright, we only get hit for 20, thankfully. Alright, we get another Ferroseed. We can put energy in Togedemaru here and just retreat into our Ferrothorn. And we'll play our other Adaman just to reduce any damage taken. And we'll end our turn here. And we can get our game plan up and running next turn. But that switch probably condemned me. Especially if they've got Charizard already. Now, what are they running? Is it Incineroar, I presume? No, they might be running Flareon as well. They've got Charizard, so this might already be a done deal, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately having the type disadvantage of going first really put us on the back foot. They were able to draw into what they needed. But we can do some damage to this Charizard though. Now, do I want to do damage to Charizard, or do I want to forcibly make them switch something in to take away their resources? I don't know if that helps me in any way. I think it's just better to hurt Charizard, honestly. Just the bad thing is I'm not going to be able to swing on anything next turn regardless, because I need 2 energy to get set up. Alright. I'm going to probably get another Eevee on the bench here, I'd presume. Oh, they're actually running Sylveon, so they can draw more cards. Makes sense. Alright, but they don't really need anything else to win here, unfortunately for us. And they get their other Charizard. Well, what a horrible, horrible start this was. Alright, no reason for them not to attack. They're going to take 20 here. And unfortunately, we're not going to have time to get anything set up. We get a Rocky Helmet, but too little, too late. I mean, I guess I can Sabrina something in here just to delay, I suppose. But they're just going to swap Charizards. That's all that's going to happen here. Alright, yeah, they're just going to tag out to this other Charizard and take out Togedemaru, and that's going to be it. And just play Lily for good measure. And down we go, unfortunately. Not before we chip away 20 more at the Charizard EX here. Alright, we're going to drop our first game with this little Iron Defense deck that I'm trying out here. And yeah, just a really bad start having to go first and then going up against the Fire deck. Just we were kind of doomed to fail on that one. But good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. We're going first again, damn. Pokemon gods do not want me to succeed with this deck today. And we're going up against a Sweets Relay deck, so time is going to be of the essence, and we're already on the back foot. But we do get a basic here. All right, we get a Ferroseed, which is not bad since we have Ferrothorn in hand. All right, let's oak it up here. All right, we get an Adaman, so we can bolster our defense here. And that's all I can do for now. And they've already got their Milcery, which complicates things as well. And they're going to go ahead and get the Sweets Relay started, I presume. Play Penny. I think that gives them the ability to get the effect of one of my supporter cards, right? I don't have anything they can use right now, so that's good. So I kind of made that a wasteful card for them. Alright, they're going to go ahead and attack into me here. And do 20 damage to themselves. Alright, let's go ahead and get Ferrothorn set up here. I'm going to put it Energy and Togedemaru, and I'm actually going to forcibly switch into this Milcery. One, to make them waste resource and kind of not let them get their stacks built up too quickly here. And we're going to end our turn. Let's see what they opt to do. I presume they're probably going to tag back out. Because Alcremie is kind of what makes this whole deck run, really. Alright, they're going to switch here. And we're going to get hit for a solid 50. That takes them down to 40. All right. Well, what I'm going to do here is we're going to put energy in Togedemaru. And we don't survive next turn regardless, but I want to make it to where it is really bad for them to attack into me because they're going to get hit for 50 if they do that. And I forgot that we had the type advantage with against Vanillish here, with Steel. All right, for them attacking into me, we get 50. We get a free 50. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, not terrible. Of course, they're going to attack to get their stacks up. And they get hit for 50. And we take out, or more than 50, they get hit for 70. And we both get points on the board here. And we're going to bring in Ferrothorn. Now, we're going to need a few turns to get this built up here. But that's neither here nor there at this point. And of course, we play a Rocky Helmet here. And do I want to play Ino? We'll play Ino just to really kind of mess with them here. I mean, they could have potentially had Alcremie there. We do want to make sure they don't have it. And we do have our defensive card with Adaman. All right. So we're not going to get the turns that we need. Get Ferrothorn built up. They're going to hit for 40. All right, now we are going to need 2 turns to get Togedemaru built up, but we're going to get hit for 120 next turn, so I don't think there's a whole lot of hope of that happening. All right, we get a Ferroseed, an energy in Togedemaru, and we're going to play Adaman just to give ourselves a false hope of survival here. And potentially make them wary, who knows. And they get leftovers too. And we're still gonna get pot for 100. Well, that one was a little bit closer, but still not a winning effort. I think if I would have opted to put an energy into Togedemaru instead of a Ferrothorn there, trying to get that built up, we probably could have won that. But misplays do happen. But that wouldn't have guaranteed anything regardless. But a good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here, and we finally get to go second. Maybe that means things are going to look up here. Alright, we're going to start with Togedemaru, and nothing else. But let's see what we're going up against here. If we ever get to find out, that is the real question. As they are taking their good, sweet time to get set up here. Alright, they are there. Alright, we're going up against Togepi. We do have the type advantage here, so that is nice. And they're going to start things out here. Now, what are they running alongside Togepi here? Maybe Sylveon? That could be a possibility here. But for now, we only see another Togepi. Alright. Alright, we get another Togedemaru. Can't really complain with that. Though I could find a way to. Alright, we get a Ferroseed. The energy in Togedemaru. We'll play Pokeball. Get our other Ferroseed. I'm going to play Pokemon Communication. Just so we can get our Ferrothorn on our bench here. And we can't evolve yet. I don't know why I thought I could. And that's going to be all I can do this turn. Now, in theory, we could KO both of these Togepis very quickly. Because we can do... Well, never mind. Togechick is out. Or Togetic. Alright, well... I guess we're going to bring in Togedemaru. Alrighty, we get another Ferrothorn though. So we do have two now. Alright, I guess we will sacrifice this Togedemaru for the time being. And yeah. I could play Adaman, but I want to save that for when I'm actually actively attacking the Togedemaru Ferrothorn. Now, are they going to opt to attack, or maybe kind of draw this out a little bit? Alright, they're going to play Giant Cape. Alright, they're going to attack and take out this Togedemaru, which I was okay with conceding that for the time being. Alright, let's play our Togedemaru. Alright, we do get an Ino in hand. I would have liked to have seen a Rocky Helmet. So, we have a choice. I can either... You know what, let's check out this Togepi on the bench here. I don't know if that's the wise decision, but it's what I'm going to opt to do. Because we did the KO. And that's a point. And because now if they attack into me, they will receive damage. And since we have the type advantage, they'll take 50. Alright, they're going to play Penny. And they're going to use our Professor Oak. Now, I would like to see Rocky Helmet next turn. Now, if they attack me here, we do win. Because they're going to take 50 on the attack and then 50 more next turn. Unless they evolve. That's the only way they kind of survive this. Alright, they're going to opt to do nothing, which was a smart choice. We're going to get another energy into Ferrothorn. And I'm debating using Adaman just so Togedemaru survives whatever they do. So we are going to do that. And we're going to pop them for 50 here. And if they attack into me, they lose. Unless they evolve. Alright, they're going to oak it up. Alright, there's their Togekiss. And then we've got a Flabébé on the bench. Now, attacking into me does do 50 damage to themselves. So they're not going to be able to get up to the 120. So let's see what they opt to do here. I think even them healing still puts us in good shape. So we're just going to take 40 off that, and they're going to take 50. So we don't get the KO, but we can swap into Ferrothorn. And that does give us a guaranteed KO on Togekiss here. So we're just going to go that route. And go ahead and attack into Togekiss. Alright, so we do have that going. Now they can put us to sleep here, which would be annoying. So we're going to try to play around that best we possibly can. I don't know if that'll count as an attack or not. Will they receive 20 damage from using a Hypnotic Gaze? We're not going to find out. Alright, so we're going to hit for 80 here. But they in turn will take 20. Now the most we can do to them is 90. Alright, playing Adaman really doesn't help me too much. So I think what I want to do is play Ino. Try to get me a Rocky Helmet here. And that was at the same hand that I had 2 moments ago. Alright, attack. We do 90. And they attack me, I do believe they just lose. I'm not sure if the healing effect will go off or not. Well, it didn't really matter at this point. I mean, they still take 20 damage, but... Alright, most we can do is 50 now. Alright, we get a Sabrina. Now, again, playing Adaman does not help me because we get one shot regardless. So we're going to oak it up here. We finally get a Rocky Helmet. We're going to play our Pokeball. Then we get Ferroseed, but Ferroseed really doesn't help me too much. We're going to play Rocky Helmet and Togedemaru. And if they attack me, they lose. Well, if they don't lose, we will draw. But perhaps I probably shouldn't play Ferroseed there. That's probably misplayed by him because I have Sabrina here. They can just beat me. I didn't think about that. That was a lapse in judgment. Yeah, I think a draw is probably the most that we can hope for here. And it's probably dawning on them as well. That's fine. Effect still goes off regardless. And because of the type disadvantage, they still take 50. So yes, a draw was the best we could have unfortunately hoped for there. Wait, victory. Did I misread something? Did we win? Wait, do I get points for this? Wait, did I miscount the points because I'm a stupid person? Or do you just get... Do both people get points for a draw? Alright, well, I guess I technically won. Hooray. Alright, maybe I just miscounted the points. I thought they had 2. Surely they had... I don't know, I'm stupid. Alright, well, good game to that opponent. I don't know how that counted me as winning, but... Sure. But yeah, not the best showing, but maybe this deck would maybe work a little better if I ran Dialga or something with it just kind of as an engine, but who knows. But it was just a little gimmicky deck that I wanted to try out to see how far I could get. But yeah, if you made this far in the video, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.